Well, hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. So I've come to a special place in Glencoe. As you'll see, just up there is Loch Atriachan, and just under this bridge the River Coe is flowing. So what I'll do is I'll keep walking and I'm looking for the Falls of Coe. As soon as I find them, I'll catch back soon. So as I walk along this single track road, I've parked my van in the car park at the loch and I'll walk back later on. But the sun is starting to set behind the hills there, and I'm just keeping one eye on the road and one eye on the cars. Plus it's a place I've never photographed before, so I'm just making sure I can spot the falls, and I'm hoping we've had enough water because of the rain the last few nights. I've got a good feeling it's just down here, so hopefully we've not got long to go. Well, I've got a wee bit yet, because that can't be the falls. It must be over that ridge, so we can just see that level line of water there. So I'll just keep walking down, and yeah, I mean, that's pretty. That's a beautiful composition already, but if we've got time we'll come back to that. But I'm just heading down to these falls. They've got a couple of names, but I'll share that with you. If anyone's coming up to Glencoe and you want to find this location, this is the road that you turn off to go to the Clachan Inn, and Signal Rock is up there on the right hand side. So I've got a funny feeling where those trees are could be the location of the falls. Right, I'll keep walking and we'll catch back soon. Right, so I found a path. This must be the falls. Wow, that's stunning. And look at the backdrop we've got right up to the back of the Three Sisters. Right, so I'm just going to scout around. I'm just going to have a wee wander to see if there's any way I can get closer and lower, because we're at quite a high elevation here. Right, what I'm going to try and see if I can work my way down to the bottom and then come to these rocks and then work my way back. I'm just watching where I put my foot in, because I intentionally didn't put my wellies on tonight, because I thought after all the rain these rocks would have been really slippy. So I found my first composition, and I'm going to set up my camera and my tripod in this area, because what we've got here, we've got the falls coming down for the left, got a little fir tree here on the right, there's another tree there, and then we've got a gap up Glencoe. So let me get set up and I'll catch back with you soon. Right, I'm just putting in a 0.6 ND grad for the sky. I've just come here because I want to try and get a wide landscape composition so that I've got the fir tree in the top right hand side. I've got a 1/6 of a second f11 ISO 100, and I'm just trying to maximise the light that I've got at the moment. I've got my polarizer on so we can take the glare off the water, and I've put a 0.6 ND filter on, just an ND grad, just so that I can clip the top of the sky so I've got a nice balance in my image. So what I'll do now is I'm just going to zoom in and get a closer crop of the falls, and because I'm closer, I'm just going to have to brighten this up a little bit. I'm just making sure I haven't got any highlight clippings. Right, that could be quite a nice image. All right, so what I'll do is I'm going to take some vertical shots, I'll do some close-ups, I'll do some wider shots, I'll move around to the left, and what I'll do is I'll share those images with you when I'm finished. Right, I've come closer to the face of the falls. I don't quite have the falls on the right hand side, but what I'm doing is it's getting darker and darker, but the sky up in front of me is absolutely cracking. So I've got a couple of shots here where I've got some landscape images, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to do a panoramic shot, because this is really conducive to a pano, because what I want is I really want that sky, because the detail and the moodiness in the sky is really nice. So you've got a blue sky, so the sun's going down behind me, you've got a blue sky and the small clouds are just sticking out bright white. So what I'll do is I'll take the panorama. To save you all the time of me taking the panorama, I'll share that image with you now. I have a classic example of separation, because I know I bang on about it quite a lot, but if you're ever going into competitions, it's something that I've learned over the years, because, and again it's dependent on certain judges, but you will get marked down if there's overlaps. So I've got a shot of, I've got a kind of portrait shot here of the small waterfall in front of me, and I've got this pine tree on my right hand side. But as you'll see, because I'll show you the image as I'm talking, it's difficult to see the pine tree where my finger is. So we've got a beautiful sky, we've got a beautiful flowy water coming down, but we can't really see the pine tree because it's camouflaged. So we can try and bring that up in post-processing. But what you really want is to go around, and obviously we can't because we'll be in the middle of the river, and you want to give a clear sky behind the tree, so the tree's got its own separation in front of the falls. Now we achieved that earlier when we took the shot, but again it's just another example of what I mean when I go on about separation and various things, and it's just another example that you'll see that when we're taking images, it's the attack of the images. There's absolutely loads of them. Right, I'll take these images and I'll share them with you now. Alright, so time's against me tonight because I've only got about 25 minutes before the sun goes down, but I've actually got an absolute cracking shot here of the falls on the right hand side. So I'm so close it's too wide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go wide with the camera and I'm going to do a panoramic. Now what I want to do is get the top of the mountains, so I'm probably going to end up doing 4 images to the right hand side, then I'll lift the camera up and I'll catch the top of the mountains, and then that way I'll be able to stitch that panoramic together. If I can achieve it, I'll share that image with you now. Right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do 2 or 3 different landscape shots, and I'm going to move further up so I can get that kind of channel between the falls that I can see in front of me in the bigger fall, I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to try and hit the big falls face on. And then there's a whole clump of rocks in front of me. I'll use them as foreground interest to go that direction up towards the mountains. And when I do, I'll share those images with you now. Alright, so I'll just give the lens a wipe and hope that that's okay. Right, so this composition here is absolutely a portrait shot. So I'll just turn the camera around. I've got it as wide as I possibly can so that we can get into the falls. I'm just going to lift that. Oh, that is absolutely stunning. So what I've got is right in front of me a channel that takes me right round the falls, because I believe they've carved in the rock a kind of naturalish salmon ladder, because those two falls are too much for the salmon to go up. So there's a smaller path. So as I'm talking, I'll use this camera to film. And what I mean is the salmon can't go up here, they can't go up there because it's too steep. The salmon will swim up to the end, and then there's a little crevice that goes up the side of the rocks up to the top of the river here. But from what I've learned, there's not a lot of salmon these days. I'm just looking at the pinkiness of the mountains. It's absolutely stunning. Alright, so I'm not quite sure where I got cut off, but what I've been doing, I'll turn the camera around and you can see the sun hitting the top of the mountains. And this is the northwest ridge of the Three Sisters. That's the teardrop waterfalls coming down. And then if I go down slower, you'll start to see the falls. The GoPro is doing a good job of capturing the light, but it's getting really, really dark. And just look at the colour in the sky. It's absolutely gorgeous. Right, I might move over there and see if we've got a shot this direction. But there's a bit of me wants to stay here. And what I might do is, I'm going to look behind the camera because the sun sets. I'll turn the camera around, I can't help it. Look at that, it's absolutely gorgeous. Right, I'm going to see if there's a composition that direction. If not, I'm going to change lenses and we'll start back. I'll put the wide angle lens on, see if I can just catch the last 5 minutes of the sunset. It's just, oh, I feel as though I'm in a real rush. It's really, really nice. In fact, the sky is absolutely incredible. Right, I'm going to have to do a quick, I'm using a wide angle lens now, 16 to 35. And I'm now going to have to do a panoramic using the wide angle lens so I can get the whole scene in the image. So unfortunately, it looks like tonight is all going to be around about these falls. I was kind of hoping I could walk back and capture more images, but I've got a funny feeling the light's going to beat us because as that sun goes down, it's getting really, really dark here. And then once I finish that panoramic, I'll share these images with you. Alright, so as we're battling the midges in this beautiful location, I've just met Jumbo.
Jumbo, yeah.
Jumbo.
Yeah.
All the way from Canada. How you finding the Scottish midge?
Great, great.
So we've had good fun together, taking photographs of the beautiful location tonight. And I'll just put the camera up so you can see the sky behind me. We were just saying that we wished that that sky was in front of us because it would be stunning. Anyway, we'll catch up soon. So as I leave the falls, we'll just head back along the single track road that we came. It's getting really, really dark at the moment. But just keep looking back. And if you look at that sky over there, absolutely beautiful. Right, that's me. I'm just going to walk back. It's a really nice guy, Juno, there, from Toronto in Canada. So he's heading to Ireland tomorrow. I'll see if I can get a shot of these falls that I passed earlier. I know we've got a challenging light, but if I take the filters off, I might have a good chance. So what I'll do is I'll try and find a nice composition just to finish off the video, and I'll catch back with you soon. Alright, so the big GoPro camera that I'm using is kind of exaggerating the light because it's actually quite dark. I've got a beautiful scene in front of me, and what I've got is the river coming towards me. I've got the vista of the mountains on both of my sides. I'm just going to crop in because I want the tree on my left hand side. There's a lot of vans and lorries going past, so you never know, we may get a nice interesting light trail. So this is quite tricky because it's really low light. So I've got an f8 half a second, and I've upped my ISO to ISO 250. It's really nice, it's smoothing out the waters. I'm just checking my histogram. Yeah, the histogram's fine. So the histogram's saying it's a wee bit too dark, but that's okay. I can reduce my f-stop or increase my f-stop to f6.3, and that'd be quite nice. Right, I'm going to change lenses because I've got the wide angle lens on, and I want to put my 20-40-70 on and see if I can get a closer shot of these falls. But those wide angle lens shots, I'll share them with you now. So I've changed my lens round. I've got the 20-40-70 just because I can zoom in quite a bit further with the 20-40-70. Right, that's nice. I'm just going to double check I've got my polarizer the right way. Right, oh, that's actually quite nice. I'm going to take that shot. I'll take a couple more. I'm going to turn around and see if I can get some shots of the waterfall. They're a bit far away. I might take a shot down the river, and I'll share those images with you now. So I think I'll end the video here. It's been quite a fast-paced night to try and beat the sunset. I did intentionally come to the falls. I didn't intentionally go down to Loch Leven because I didn't want to photograph the sunset. I wanted to find these falls and photograph these falls. And to be fair, they didn't disappoint. I've never photographed them before. They're really, really nice. Also think they might be quite a nice sunrise shot because you'd get some cracking colour in front of you. So yeah, right, I'll stop rabbiting on. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do, because you know it's free. And if you press the bell notification, that'll let you know the next time I post a video. So thanks very much for watching, and here's to the next video.